Let's see. Okay. Good morning. And Merry Christmas. Thank you, and welcome to FCU. I am so glad you could all join us today in person, and if you're joining us online, welcome. My name is Cindy Malley. My pronouns are she and her, and I am one of your deacons. This morning, we are having a casual meditative service. But for your big, glorious, music-filled candlelight service, please join us tonight at 6 p.m. Come early. It'll probably be a full house. I also wanted to invite you all to come back here again next Sunday at 10 a.m. for our deacon-led potpourri service. If you've never experienced it before, that's an opportunity that you have to share something with the congregation. So if something has come to you in the past year that you'd like to bring forward, please come next Sunday and join us. And for the first time since December of 2019, it's going to be held in the sanctuary. And we're going to do our best to make it fully multi-platform. So we'll all get through it together and see how it goes. And I hope to see you all there. So please silence your phones and welcome to church.
words of Nancy Hart. The travelers had come a long way and had a long way yet to go. Unable to come off the donkey without her husband's assistance and the grace of a large stone, still she came down, one hand on her back, feeling the ache throughout her body. The child in her belly kicked and made her draw a quick breath. Leaning heavily on Joseph's arm, Mary picked her way through the path. Others on the road had told them that here they might find a spring with water so cold it would hurt their teeth. Here they might find a place of shelter and calm where they could bed down for the night. Here we come, too, to find a moment of refreshment and rest from our journeys. No matter where you are going on your journey, no matter if it is your choice to go or if you left by faraway edict, no matter if you carry a burden or the deepest of joys, no matter how weary or thirsty you are, pause here. Take a quiet breath. Rest in peacefulness. Be renewed and restored. For in a short while, the journey will continue with its worries and troubles and joys and promise. Until then, let us join together with minds and hearts and worship. I'd like to invite up Oliver to light our chalice this morning. And as he lights our chalice, please join me in saying the words of our covenant. Love is the spirit of this church, and service its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. I'm also going to ask Oliver to help us lighting our Advent candles this morning. We have already lit the first 3, 2 purple candles, the first Sunday for hope of Advent. The second purple candle for the peace of Advent. The pink candle for joy at Advent. And the fourth and final, today's Sunday, is the candle for love. Thank you. Hear these words of Rosemary Morrison. As the wheel of the seasons turns, and as we are brought closer and closer to the sun, we are reminded of how love is the source of compassion and warmth. Love animates our days, informs our decisions, and quickens our hearts. The fourth Advent candle represents all we hold dear, our precious memories, our caring for one another, and our beautiful planet which sustains us. Love knows us, holds us, and nurtures us. May love find us this Advent season as we rest here for a moment, take in the stillness, and be present to ourselves and those around us. For this, we lit the candle of love. Good morning. Welcome again to First Church Unitarian in Littleton, Massachusetts. I join with Cindy in welcoming you today for this special service, which only happens every roughly 7 years. When Christmas Eve falls on a Sunday, and we have a chance to do something a little different. My name is Lara Hoke, pronouns are she and her, and I'm so happy and lucky to be the minister of this amazing congregation. We are so glad that you have chosen to be with us here this morning, whether you're here in the sanctuary or whether you're with us online. We really do cherish your presence, and this morning and every service that you come to is made better by your presence, so thank you. Our lay pastoral minister today is Patti Sardella. If you have any pastoral concerns, you could speak to Patti. Our other lay pastoral ministers are Jan Dustin and David Butts. And of course, you could always reach out to me as well. So as Cindy said, this morning we are having a more contemplative style service with lessons, 2 lessons and 2 guided meditations, and a time for candles of caring and some music, some a cappella singing, so we'll do the best we can, and also some special musical performances by Patti Sardella and Laura Paler. So we're so happy that they're with us this morning. And we start right out with some special music. That's okay. It's a good reminder. Make sure your phones are silenced. Okay. So the first hymn that we're going to try to sing a cappella with some help from one of our senior deacon, actually, Monica Pillman, will help us find a good starting note. It's Sing We Now of Christmas, and you'll see the lyrics on the screen. So I invite you to rise in body or spirit. It's the tradition of this congregation to take special offerings once each month, our Share the Plate Sundays. We also have the tradition of collecting a special offering on Christmas Eve. And today's offering, any cash left in the plate or any checks made out to Loaves and Fishes, will go to Loaves and Fishes. Loaves and Fishes' mission is to provide nutritious food in an atmosphere of kindness and respect to people in need. First Church Unitarian has long given contributions to this wonderful charity. May our generosity continue today. The offering will now be given and received in grateful appreciation.
Dona, Nobis, Pacem, Pacem. Dona, Nobis, Pacem. Dona nobis pacem, Dona nobis pacem, pacem, 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 Dona nobis pacem,
Please join with me in the words of our response. We are grateful for the opportunity to share our gifts. May they bring an added measure of joy in this holiday season. Our first lesson, the words of Megan Lloyd Joyner. In the Christian calendar, Advent is the time of waiting and preparation for the coming of the Christ child. The story from first century Palestine tells us that with the birth of Jesus comes hope, love, and the undoing of the status quo, a new reign of peace on earth. At this time of year, we are invited, as weary people have done since the beginning of time, to kindle tiny lights and whisper secret music, to cradle our hopes like newborn children, to wonder what love looks like in practice, to await a new era with patience and preparation. This year, we might not feel like waiting is the best move. We may cry out and lament for lives and rights taken without account, joining our voices with all who cry for justice and peace. This year, sitting quietly in the midst of chaos might feel close to impossible. Finding the magic in this season of waiting can be difficult for many of us, not just this year, but any year. For how does one sit quietly when life can be so unkind? What about the times when we wait for word of family or friends, or anyone really, in conflict zones? or word of injured friend or dreaded diagnosis, times when we wait for illness to set in or for a child who does not arrive. In times like these, we might find ourselves wishing that time would pass more quickly to get us to the other side of a nightmare. How do we live in that kind of waiting time? Advent challenges us not just to wait, but to wait actively, to do the work of preparing hearts and till the soil that awaits seeds of hope and love. Advent encourages us to be present in each moment of waiting. The moment of magic, the time we have been waiting for, is now. Not some future date, not the end of the Advent calendar, not the hour that the days begin to lengthen again, or that long-awaited morning of presents. The mystery, the excitement, the beauty of this season are all found in the waiting time. And so we wait, allowing ourselves to be fully present to all that is happening in each moment. When we do, we join our lives and our breath and our hearts with all who are waiting, waiting for justice, waiting for peace, waiting for the world reborn. I invite you to sit as comfortably as you can in your pew seat. I invite you, if it's comfortable, to close your eyes, or if you prefer, to leave them open and gaze forward with an indefinite focus. If it's possible, without forcing it, I invite you to put your feet on the ground and feel your groundedness and connection to the healing earth. And just take a few mindful breaths, noticing the sensation of the air coming in and the air going out. Notice there's a feeling of relief when you breathe in, and there's a feeling of relief when you breathe out again. Words inspired by Megan Lloyd Joyner. How can we gather the strength to be still in this waiting time? How can we gather the courage to experience the awe of this moment and the next? Let us be truly in this moment. Let us prepare our hearts so that the seeds of love and hope might root there. I will begin our time of silence to ponder this and end our time of silence with the sounding of this bowl. May we prepare to join our deepest desires and intentions with all those waiting and working for justice and peace. Blessed be, and amen.
In the bleak midwinter, I see winds made low. Earth stood cold as iron, water like a stone. Snow on snow and falling, snow on snow on snow. In the bleak midwinter, long and long ago. Angels and archangels may have gathered there. Cherubim and seraphim rising through the air. Ah, but only Mary in her maiden bliss worship the beloved in her mother's kiss. Heaven cannot hold him, nor can earth sustain. Heaven and earth will fall away when he comes to reign. What then shall I give you, empty as I am? If I were a shepherd, I would bring a lamb. If I were a wise man, I would know my part. What then shall I give you? I must give my heart.
Thank you. Our second and last lesson this morning, words of Godfrey Rust. It was done plainly enough. The night sky was a perfect billboard. The sound effects were spectacular. Only a few were awake and in the right place at the right time when heaven, unable to contain its amazement any longer, spilled out momentarily into earth and explained itself. The message was as clear as day, but his timing was, as always, surprising. And the show ran for one performance only. Will you study these signs as carefully as you study the prices in the Christmas catalogs? Will you seek out the manger as diligently as you search for the right scarf or this year's toy? Will you examine your heart's pilgrimage and be sure towards what stable it carries its precious gifts? Will you be a wise fool and find and follow the strange star of truth in a sky full of glittering lies? Again, I invite you to sit as comfortably as you can in your pew seat. I invite you, if you're comfortable, to close your eyes, or if you prefer, to gaze ahead with an indefinite focus. If it's possible for you without forcing it, I invite you to put your feet on the ground and feel your groundedness and connection to the healing earth. And take a few mindful breaths, aware of the sensations. According to nativity mythology, the Magi, or wise men, were guided by their North Star, the Star of Bethlehem, so they could make it to the manger. Do you have a North Star in your life? Perhaps your North Star came through a relationship. Perhaps it came from a deeper inner knowing. Perhaps it came from your own faith or your own sense of connection to the cosmos and the ultimate mystery. When were you guided to a place of seeking justice, acting in goodness and kindness? What is your North Star? I invite you to ponder this in sacred silence.
May we be like the Magi. May we follow our North Star and arrive where we are meant to be.
Our closing carol is What Child Is This? The lyrics will again be on the screens, and again, Monica will help us find a starting note. I invite you to rise in body or spirit.
What child is this who came to rest on Mary's lap is sleeping, whom angels greet with anthems sweet, while shepherds watch are keeping? This is Christ the King, whom shepherds guard and angels sing. Haste, haste to bring him God, the babe, the Son of Mary. So bring him incense, gold, and myrrh, come, pleasant King, to own him. The King of kings salvation brings, let loving hearts enthrone him. Praise, praise the Son on high, the Virgin sings her lullaby. Joy, joy, for Christ is born, the babe, the Son of Mary.
For our closing words, if you wish and the person near you is comfortable, you may hold hands or touch elbows or shoulders or feet or anything that works for you. Or if you prefer, you can simply raise your hand and feel the energy between us and those who are with us online. Friends, this Christmas Eve, this Advent season, I hope that you indeed are graced with hope and peace and joy and love. May you follow your own North Star to help create a more just, more peaceful world. May it be so. Blessed be, and amen. I invite you to be seated for our postlude.
Am I in the wrong key? So sorry. It's a good thing the sanctuary isn't full. Silent